Asper and GCD Majidin, which automatically gives them 40 extra points in GCD. So,
what do the points go towards? Just curious.
No, you know, like things.
I don't think I know.
Yeah. Oh, you find out when you rename yourself.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm gonna rename GCD Venruki.
You're forgetting someone on the team. I'm so sorry, Fountain, and of course the legendary Fountain, because we love Fountain. And here we go, guys. As soon as I get the double thumbs up from Clutter, we got a thumbs down at the moment, so we're gonna wait just a few more minutes here, guys. I appreciate all of the patience you guys have been showing us. We're going to be jumping into the games very shortly. Let's take a quick look at that bracket. So right now we are in game number 1 of round 2. We Love Fountain versus Watched Up Never Good Rogue here are going to be competing for a semi-final spot. And then right after that we have Scouts Honor versus No Turbo Please. Both of these teams higher seeding, so they did get buys. Scouts Honor versus No Turbo Please. That's going to be exciting. And then after that, I'm sure there's plenty of you guys in chat waiting to see this series, and that's Method versus Ready, Set, Go. Boom. I did get the double thumbs up from Clutter, though, for the current series that we're in, and we're going to be jumping into the Grand Arena right now.
Nice. This game started right away.
Yeah, so far so good, man. Queue up, and we are there. First map in the Grand Arena. Meow. Tell me how you really feel, Peter Pan. Please. Is that a subtlety rogue? Can't tell.
We can go ahead and inspect him.
He's got dance in the bottom.
Yep, he is subtlety rogue.
Man, he's got to have quick feet to get around this team, though.
Does it show dance?
It does.
Where?
I see it at the bottom, right next to kick.
You might have an older version.
I don't see it.
Does your icons look like bigger? Like, do they look like they gotten bigger? Or are they still just a million cooldowns to track?
A million cooldowns?
Yeah, so there was an update, I don't know how long ago. Peter Pan's just saying hi, Panna. Okay, here we go. The game is starting. We have that Mage Boomkin Holy Paladin versus the Subtlety Thug.
Might be on a black screen.
Black screen?
Yeah, it's good now. We're good.
Okay. As we're already taking to the center of the map, trying to hurricane this Thug Cleave out of stealth, trying to deny some early pressure, and they're getting cornered, playing very far back. Majin with the invis sweeping around to try and clear them out. Floria pushing up as well, is feeling pretty confident to stand that far forward against this Thug Cleave. Nike landing a sap onto Asper. Hodge landed onto Mirrodin. He's actually going to get bopped out of that sap. Pops the Celestial Alignment, and Mirrodin is in trouble, bubbling down to 19% health, and We Love Fountain are here to make a statement.
Absolutely. GCD Asper getting bopped there. Majin taking a lot of damage, actually just deciding to block that right away. I believe that was the crows coming out from Nazarek. Just wants to block it. Floria not going to have to use any cooldowns whatsoever. Mirrodin, like you're saying, already getting that bubble out of the way. Nike Swag getting bashed up there, deciding to Trinket. So he's not going to have Trinket available if this Mage Boomkin Pally team decides to hodge him up. That is a DR hodge on him. He still has Feint available. The sheep onto Mirrodin at the moment, though. Mirrodin using that Avenging Wrath. Hopefully going to be able to top off Nike. He has that stack up at the moment. Full clone, though, coming out from Asper onto Mirrodin. Nazarek going down to 16% HP. And just everyone is dying, exploding from Asper and Majin, and Floria caught into the full trap. They're trying to turn it around onto Majin right now, who is taking a decent amount of damage. He has to pull back. Still has one block available if he needs it. Floria deciding to Trinket. Saber Light procking on Majin there. But this Thug Cleave actually doing a decent job of pressuring down Majidin, but I think Nike Swag is going to be in a lot of trouble right now, caught into that full Hodge. Mirrodin, if he can dispel it, he might be able to keep him up, but he gets cloned up before the spell. The DR Deep Freeze coming in, and Nike Swag trinketing that earlier stun, gets caught up in that Hodge Deep Freeze and just explodes.
Oh my gosh. That's actually just insane. The setup that this team has available to them is just unbelievable. And catching Nike Swag without that trinket in that Hodge is going to mean his death. And there it is. Game number 1 going to the tournament favorites, We Love Fountain. Can this Subtlety Thug Cleave make something happen? We'll find out in just a few short minutes, guys. Just a few short minutes. As we go into game number 2. Map number 2. I don't know. Is this Thug Cleave going to go to something like crazy? Are they bringing it to like Ruins of Order on here? I don't know.
I don't know. It's such a double. Like, Thing is, like, they're not. I don't see them giving someone. I don't know what target they can train to kill. Like, I don't know. Just seems really, really hard for them.
You have to like balance finesse and just
Like
going all out at the same time
living.
perfectly to kill them.
Yeah, I feel
If
like
you all out, you're gonna die. If you play too finessey, you're never gonna get through the cooldowns. There's like a certain
Yeah,
balance you have to meet.
you really have to play. I feel like you might have to like play off their mistakes, but I don't know if a team this good is going to be making many mistakes that they can
And popping
capital.
the sap. I think that could have been something. I mean, they murdered crows on Imagine at the beginning, but Asper wouldn't have had that bop for it because
Yeah.
of the forbearance. So just even small things. But I mean, that's really over aggression, like starting on the Mirrodin like that, and they still weren't able to punish it. So we'll find out here once they decide what map they pick.
yep.
I remember speaking of some hunters. I mean, fighting holy pallies as a BM hunter is just your nightmare. Pretty much, you always have wings for crows. It just lines up perfectly. You have bops if somehow you have to wings before that. Just so many cooldowns, so many answers to what BM hunters can really do, and it makes it very difficult.
It's true, man. It's true. I mean, when BM Crows was like first coming out, my teammates actually told me I was playing Holy Paladin for like the very first time. They was like, just bop that, just bop the crows before any damage occurs. I'm like, what? Just bop an ability before it does any damage? I was so baffled, but yeah, it really just stops the momentum of BM Crows completely. Those bops.
Their damage is just really lackluster outside of that cooldown. So
Yeah.
thing is, like, BM hunters are exceptionally good where they're being like their crows stay up, so good against like druids. But the classic paladin just always has an answer.
All right, so just waiting on Washed Up Never Good Rogue to choose the next map, as they are the losing team of the very first game. Now, being the losing team of the very first game is something hard to come back from, especially in a best of 3 series. So, in the very first game, it's kind of a blind pick. You enter in a grand arena and you don't know what you're facing until you're in the waiting room, and then after that, it's a loser gets to choose the next map, and loser also has composition advantage if it's available. So say Majid, Floria, and Asper want to change their comp, they have to preemptively change their composition and then announce it to the other team. So if the other team has another comp available to them, they then get to choose the comp that they're facing against the already preemptive locked-in team. I just probably made that even more confusing than it really is. But basically all you guys really need to know is that the losing team of the first round gets the advantage for composition and for map, but the map, if they win on their map choice in game number 2, that means in game number 3 the match point, because it's 1-1, gets to be the team that wins on the Grand Arena. They get to choose everything on the match point, which is really important. So just keep that in mind, guys. Coming back from a loss in the Grand Arena is really tough to do.
Absolutely.
When you're facing the 1 billionth time champion team, it's even more intimidating.
Yeah, I'm sure Washed Up Never Good Rogue is definitely feeling the pressure right now as they're going up against the tournament champions. I don't even know how many times in a row. Quite a few. And then not only that, but both Asper played with other people and won, and then Majidin played with other people and won. So they really have proven themselves as individuals. So it's going to be a rough team to get through, but I mean, if this Thug Cleave is able to do something against this team, it would be an upset, that's for sure. D-Machine.
How many series are left today? Is it this one and one more?
We are going all the way through round 2, so we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 best of 3 series today, and then tomorrow, actually, should we do only 2? No, we're going to go through all of round 2, because I already told the teams that. But for the future, do you think that we should just do like half of round 2 and then go the other half of round 2 to the finals?
I don't know. I was just asking to know how many we're left is.
Yeah, we have 4 best of 3 series left today, and then tomorrow we have the semifinals and the finals, which will be 3 best of 5 series.
I think it ends up working out because tomorrow the semifinals and finals are best of 5, right? So
Correct, yeah, and they take quite
the
a while.
series are a lot longer.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, guys. We're waiting on the team to make a decision on their next map, and it looks like the next map that they're going to be choosing, they actually just chose it, is going to be on Tiger's Peak. Here we go. War Games requests being sent out. They actually wanted in a Grand Arena again. So, I I feel like they think that they can't really get a map advantage with something else, so they're trying to bring it to like a relatively balanced map for either team.
Yeah, keeping it conservative, not taking any risks.
Yep. So guys, the next map of this best of 3 series is going to be Tiger's Peak. Alright, welcome to Tiger's Peak. We have the sub jungle cleave, washed up never good rogue going up against the previous tournament champions. We Love Fountain, Mage, Boomkin, Holy Paladin here, and this is game number 2 of a best of 3. So I mean, if you guys were in the position of this thug cleave, is there something that this thug cleave can do? Like what is it that you would be thinking is the only way that you could take a win off of We Love Fountain?
There isn't. There's no hope.
I can't hear you, Ben. Sorry, buddy. I don't know why. Is it me? It might be
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, we're good. All right.
All right, here we go, guys. The gates have opened.
I was saying, Super T's actually last game, maybe if they could capitalize on the overaggression of Floria bopping Asper, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen this game. The Crows immediately going out onto Majorden. Floria just deciding to trinket. So a little bit of a different opener. Floria actually right away using that trinket. Yeah. Asper's still on his mount at the moment, caught into that kidney shot, getting CC'd up on that. Still just on his dragon. But it looks like I don't even know what's going on. Looks like
I think this
and
is
Majorden.
WoW Arena bad mana right now. They're just taking some laps. Nasdaq and Nike can't keep up. They're trying, I think. They're just going to go for Floria. Maybe they're going to punish them for this. Wings are fading down to 30%. The wall's up. Is it going to be enough? He actually has to bubble. And now finally, maybe they're giving them a bit of a handicap here, but they're going to go start off on a Nasdaq into the full Hodge. Down to 30%. Trinket and Deterrence comes out. Trinket from Mirrodin as well into the half polymorph. He did manage to top him off prior to it, now into the Solar Beam. Not choosing to Aura Mastery or get freedom out of it just yet. Nike Swag getting swapped to. He's going to Cloak of Shadows that immediately and save his Trinket for some time being later.
Yeah, hopefully they end up getting punished for that. That little bit of bad mana in the beginning. Next to getting cloned up, he is at around 47% HP. They might want to set up on him after that if they can get any CC on the Mirrodin. That is the Deep Sheep. The Hodge on the Nike Swag. Nike does have his Trinket available. He's probably going to have to use it. The the Trinket coming in. Actually getting dispelled by Mirrodin. Sorry, get Bubble dispel it out of Nike Swag. So Nike Swag still has his Trinket available if he needs it. Mirrodin using that Avenging Wrath to top him off. Floria caught into that blind, into a full trap. He has a no Trinket, no Bubble available. Majorden pulling back, Stable the Light procking onto him. The DR Wyvernston coming out. Majorden might have to actually use his first block. JK Floria using that Avenging Wrath execution sentence, putting Majorden to 100% HP. Instantly, the bash on the Nike Swag. Defensive Smoke Bomb coming out from him, doing everything he can to survive. Caught into that DR Hodge, into a full Cyclone. Mirrodin not going to be able to get too many heals, and Nike actually deciding to trinket that into a DR clone. Just the dance coming out from Nike Swag, though. Death from above. Floria taking a lot of damage, getting cheap shot out. The Crows coming out as well, going to be able to bop that. So another huge Paladin cooldown coming out. Floria just always has an answer for this combat. Rogue BM Hunter's damage, and Nike Swag, unfortunately, is going to go down. Didn't have Cloak up for another 43 seconds. And We Love Fountain going to do this series 2-0.
There was a point there where I really thought that they were going to punish that Mage, Boomkin, Holy Pally, man, for that overaggression. When they went back onto Floria, I totally forgot about the 2 bops that can stop all their damage, though. And there we go. That is going to be We Love Fountain. They will be advancing to the semifinals. And now let's take a quick look at who's coming up next. Up next,